Welcome.
But no, he actually says his name and he pronounces
Welcome.
it.
Your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Oh, that's
This is
nice.
gonna go well.
Is Roll20 having issues for you guys?
It might have
It
issues
that-
in
seems
general.
like it's having
I
issues.
Okay.
haven't tried to connect yet, so.
That is unfortunate, but we'll have to make do, I guess. It should be fine for a while.
Like, honestly, it's just an advantage if I ever roll horribly on initiative. I can just, like, not tell you that I did.
Yeah.
Because you won't see it.
It won't ever make it. Yeah, through the interwebs.
And then like 10 minutes
Loading
later,
special effects engine.
I am loading.
Yeah.
Loading
patching them
special
dragons.
effects engine.
Apparently, like, the 5 of us trying to use Roll20 is just too much for the servers.
Yeah.
Loading special effects engine.
Like, I wish just tweeting at them would fix it as easily as it fixes the compendium. But I don't think they're just gonna buy more fucking server slots.
For us,
'Cause
yeah.
we're like, yo,
Alright,
your service is slow right now.
poetry.
Yeah.
How does one get to Sutgarth?
There are roads
There are no
there.
roads.
There are. They're just not big enough to be represented. Like there's a small path, and beyond
It
that,
leads to a pretty large city.
that
reasonably
area
sized.
is very very marshy. So Sutgarth is actually the only like, and that other little white dot. Those are the only like centers of population, even even remotely close to being called towns in that area. It's a pretty big like swamp, bog. So a lot of the stuff that comes in and out of there goes by sea. Actually, the roads are pretty dangerous and small.
Let's go dump a big pile of sand on Sutgarth to make it less swamp.
Yeah, that would definitely help. You can get a decanter of endless sand.
Can I actually though?
Can I actually?
I
That
don't-
would be very
is-
useful.
Is that actually a thing, or did I
There's
just
a
make that
decanter of
up?
endless water. But
Yeah, that's what I was basing it off of. But if there's,
Can be if you want it to be
Alright,
poetry.
you know
Give
what?
the DM.
you know, it exists now, but somewhere else.
But you'll never find it.
But it definitely exists because I
It
like that
exists,
idea.
But in the ancient tomb of
No,
not Egypt.
it exists in that desert way to the south. That's why it's a desert. It's just someone left it
D&D is a
open.
magical land where everything exists, but you'll never find any of it.
Nah, well, anyways though, so we will we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So welcome everyone to the stream, everyone watching on Twitch or YouTube in the future. And yeah, session 18 now, and we're gonna go ahead and yeah, there we go. We're gonna go and get started here. So do any of you wish to volunteer for a recap? I don't mind doing it, honestly.
Alright, where did we start last time?
All that was last. It was with the
we
Duke.
all
Yeah.
met in.
Was last time the
Duke's
session
castle.
After the individual ones.
We all met in the Duke's castle.
Alright. So, we all met in the Duke's castle. I gave to a bow. Nox has an army now.
I mean, an army.
It's maybe like a
Big
small
word.
force.
And now we're heading over to Averton for diplomatic reasons. So we get to Averton. And then two causes problems.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And
After buying sweetbread
yeah.
and pretzels.
Before we actually get to Averton, though, we met a big old tree dude, and I went and talked to some centaurs, and they're like, "Hey, get out!" So I left, and I gave the tree dude a sending stone so he can talk to me if bad stuff happens. And I went to Averton, met with the Duke, had dinner, Princess giving me weird looks.
Yeah, he's married to the princess of the kingdom.
Yeah. He has a priest man follow him around who knows, I forget which language.
Sylvan.
Sylvan, yeah.
Yeah. So we go to our rooms after a little while, and then Nox and Anna go into the spooky secret bubble, and they make a plan to do secret bubble things.
Wow.
And then I get a knock at my door. It's one of the princess's maids, and she brings me to the princess's bedroom, and then we talk for a little bit, and then the session ended.
Yep.
Yeah.
And apparently she's pregnant, and her hubby don't love her no more.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
You work quickly.
So, so the so we give me 1 second here. I'm gonna raise you guys' volume a bit. All right,
Don't talk about your mouth like that.
What?
So we're gonna go ahead and get going then, and we're gonna pick it up with Nox and Anna, who hatched the plan. Okay. You guys hatched the plan to well, you just basically are gonna get out of the room while invisible. I believe Alejandro said he was like I can open the door for you guys.
Because we were talking about teleporting, and then he basically tapped us on the shoulder and like was like, you know, there's such a thing as opening doors.
No. I only go through windows.
I mean, part of the reason was that I think you guys were thinking, like, you know, how are we going to get out of the room? The guards outside will notice. But he was like, you know, I could just, like, pretend to ask him for something or something.
No,
like
we know how to get out of the room. We just teleport
Yeah.
into the hallway. But, yeah, he said he was going to ask the guard some question or whatever, and then we would just sneak out.
Yep. So, so is that the plan then? Is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah.
Alright.
Honestly, I thought we're already out of the room last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It passes without incident. You guys both go invisible, and invisibility lasts an hour, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yes, you guys, so Alejandro opens the door and, like, asks the guards, like, could you bring us, like, a snack or something? I don't know. He asked them something, and or like, could you bring us an extra blanket? And you guys sneak out. Meanwhile, the guards don't notice anything. You're well. I mean, actually, so Nox, is Nox gonna take off her armor? Because the armor could still cause clinking noises.
Jack, are you there, bud?
I am. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You take your time. Because if you aren't gonna take off your armor, then there's a chance to get you. You don't have to roll me a stealth check. Otherwise, I'm not gonna make you roll in this situation.
What do you think, Gregox?
Well, shit's going south if we get caught anyway. You're a high dex character. You still have
That's
armor
not
class.
true at all.
Yeah. I think he has like 14 or 15 decks.
A
14.
moderate dex character.
Yeah.
Hey,
Better
that's
than
still a
nothing.
bonus. And you can still run around with a shield.
I think like I'm trying to do math, and I'm having a problem doing math because I was just
14
asleep
AC
for
ain't
7
bad.
hours. I would be at 16 with the shield,
Yeah.
which is again not bad.
Without your armor, you'd be at 14, wouldn't you?
16,
Stick by 16.
because it'd be +2, and then +2, and then +2.
Where's the other? Oh, I forgot your shield's fucking overpowered.
Yeah.
Look, it's only a rare item.
You can run around naked with that shield, and your armor class is the same as mine.
Yes. Yeah, Nox would probably take her armor off.
Okay, yeah. In that case, I'm not going to make you roll for stealth in this case. Because these guards aren't really expecting anything like that, you know.
Welcome to my life now.
So no problem, though. You guys make it out of the room while Alejandro is, like, briefly talking to the guards and distracting them. And so what's the plan here? Where are you going? Like, what part of the castle?
Well, we are looking for evidence of the Duke of Averton being connected with the cult, with the Order of Sklerag.
Okay.
We want to go to wherever he would keep information.
And there's chamber or the basement. Those are the only two places that evil people keep their things. Obviously.
Give me a second. Yeah, so that would so well, yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys where you want to go. You can assume that this is a pretty. It's a big castle, but it's gonna have everything you would expect at a castle, right? So it has like a. It actually has like a library and a few different studies, and it definitely like a couple meeting rooms and a war room and the feasting hall that you guys have already been into, things like that. So it's up to you guys.
Neither of us really cased the joint very much beforehand.
Alright, so do you just want to wander around until you find a room that looks like it'll have something? And
we probably want to find like a study or something.
okay. Like, sure, sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sounds good. So there's like a small wing, or not even a wing, but like a small like quarter of the building, portion of the building set aside for like a library and stuff like that. And so we'll say that that would obviously, I think that's probably where you guys would run into first, at least from the way you're coming in from the guest quarters. And so you're passing by here, and the door is open to this place, and you actually see there's some candlelight coming from within. It's a decent sized library, right? Like, it's a bigger room. It's not just like a one bedroom sized room. It's a large library room.
Should we see you study?
Yeah, I suppose so. It's pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Alright. And I'm assuming, how are you guys, when you're communicating normally, are you doing it like in common, or are you doing it, I'm assuming, quietly, but what is the protocol there?
Well,
I mean, I don't know. What languages do you know?
I think you guys both know Elven, right?
I believe we share Aldish, Common, and Elven.
Yeah, so if
Also
you...
know Dwarven and Gothian.
So if you guys...
it would be Aldish, Old Velican, or it would be Elven. But I don't see why we wouldn't be. Like, those are all common languages.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
They are all pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He says not knowing Elven.
Alright, so
you're the
you probably
one
wouldn't worry
person.
about it. I got you.
Might
So
be the one person.
so you guys so when you peek in, you see that there actually are like two people in here, neither of whom you recognize. They are dressed in robes that seem to suggest they might be like religious figures, or like some sort of minor cleric with one of the temples around here. And they're not near each other, they're both in separate parts of the library, just kind of like looking through books and tomes, it seems, doing their individual research. Neither of them are talking to the other. They both seem pretty occupied with their work.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming whenever you guys are talking that you're pulling back to a safe area or whatever. And like, yeah. So I'm not going
I
to worry
mean,
about that.
definitely whispering.
Yeah.
Yes, library, of course.
Right, of course. Like, I mean, just searching through the library is not going to be useful, most likely. Are there... Because we want something more personal. I doubt that kind of information would just be out there, considering how secretive these guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another exit to this place, or...
There's like two doors, but they open in the same hallway.
Because, like, we could spend forever looking through a library.
Yeah, it's
just...
a pretty big big room.
And we could probably do it openly.
Probably. So, we should probably skip this place and look for, like, an actual office or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have overheard from that, like, from like someone that, well, you were talking to at the feast earlier or something. You would have probably overheard that the Duke's quarters and like his personal study are upstairs, a couple flights of stairs.
That looks like a good target.
Yeah, it's you had to pass by this little library on the way to get there, anyways, to get to the main staircase that leads up there. But yeah, and yeah, the Duke's all of his personal quarters, his bedroom, his study, his like meeting room, his private meeting room, all that sort of thing is up the staircase here. So yeah, it's a pretty wide spiral staircase that goes up this tower to lead up there. And as you guys are going, you hear voices from up ahead. It seemed like they're coming down the stairs. And the voice is familiar to you guys. It sounds like the voice of Theodore.
Theodore.
He's the priest man, right?
Yeah, he's the priest man. And he is he seems to be talking with, he's just talking out loud to someone, and whoever he's with, if anyone is coming down the stairs with him, you hear their steps. There's like an alcove you guys can dip into if you want, or you can go back down, or kill them. I don't know.
Excuse me.
I'm just messing. No, you guys. I'm just saying. You do what you think is right, but you hear them, and as the voices come into like your range of hearing, then you hear him saying the the Duke seems apprehensive. We should get to work. And sort of just kind of talks about some other stuff. What do you guys do? Step to the side?
Definitely don't stand in their way.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, that's fine. I'm just assuming you step like lean or what's the word? Like get against the wall so you're out of the way. And you see that yes, there is Theodore as well as. Give me a second. Who is with him? I have this written on somewhere. There is. Dude, that's right. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Okay. There is another like priestly looking figure next to him who is wearing robes that also have the insignia of his deity, and also like two like guards. These guards look they don't actually wear the sigil or whatever of the Duke, though. They seem like they're maybe personal guards or something, but they're following along behind Theodore and his other what looks to be like a lower level cleric or priest or something, and Theodore is talking to that priestly figure, and they're sort of talking, and as they are coming past you guys, you hear them basically say, Theodore says like he's actually going to go look in the he's actually going to say we'll go look in the main library, see if there's anything there that we could perhaps use, and then we'll take it back to my personal study. And then they head down the stairs. I'm assuming whenever you guys do talk, you wait long enough so that they're not going to hear.
Should we figure out where his study is?
Maybe. He's an advisor to the Duke, so presumably he'd be in on it.
Yes. Quite. Yes. Well, I guess we'll all go up the stairs and see what we see up there.
Okay. Yeah, so you go up to the floor that you know that the Duke's quarters and stuff are on, and there are actually a couple guards like in the hall here, in the corridor, in front of one of the doors here. Actually, these are like, it looks like they are both of a higher rank than just a normal guard too. They have like armor on, but there's a couple different doors in this hallway. And two knightly looking figures, or at least very, or like elite guards or something, in front of one of the doors.
Are any of the doors open?
Let's see. Yes, actually, you can see like from at the end of the hall here, the top of the stairs, you can see that there is light coming out of this is a dimly lit hallway, but one of the doors is sort of emitting a bit stronger light, so it's clearly open. It's at the end of the hall past the guards, though. Not that, I mean, it's a wide corridor, though. You should have no issue. I'm just saying.
Probably go peek into that door first, see what's in there.
Okay, sounds good. And as you come up to the door, you hear some low talking from within.
Okay. I'm gonna try to overhear it.
Yeah, it's you don't have to make a perception check or anything because they're not really trying to like hide anything. They're just talking lowly because it's late at night and whatever. Yeah, inside is the you hear the Duke's voice and also Maynard, his personal advisor, the one who wields Vanquisher. And so so you hear them talking, and so the I'm not gonna like role play out what they're saying alone, but they basically are going back and forth talking about their sort of fears and theories about what's going to be happening in the kingdom soon. And I'm assuming that does probably like pique your guys' interest because that is one of the things you were kind of sent here for. Even if, and so basically you hear the Duke saying that he you basically hear the and by the way, through the crack in the door, it's not even cracked, it's like a good way, it's like halfway open, and you can see that this is actually, it looks to be the personal study of the Duke. Like there's some bookshelves back there, and so the Duke is speaking to Maynard, and he says basically that he thinks that the kingdom might be headed for a civil war of types, and that he thinks that the king might try to accuse his vassal, the Duke of Felling, of treason or the likes, and he says that, and so the Duke kind of is talking to Maynard, and Maynard, after a while, agrees and says that he thinks that the Duke of Felling is probably, or that whatever happens is probably going to cause a conflict in the kingdom, because there are plenty of people who support both sides, there are plenty of people who dislike the king. And the Duke says that those are his thoughts exactly, and that if that does happen, it would be a good chance for him to press his claim to the throne. And then Maynard would sort of say, after there's a pause after that, and maybe you hear like a glass being set down on a table, and then you hear Maynard sort of like say, you know, like what do you think of these diplomats? And you can kind of hear his sarcasm dripping from his voice when he says it. He's like, what do you think of these diplomats from Felling? And the Duke says, no doubt just here no doubt here for some plot or something. There's no way the Duke would be foolish enough to send diplomats in good faith. And that's the gist of what they say. It takes longer than what I just gave you the rundown of. But eventually, though, so after 5 minutes of going over all those points, sort of 10 minutes maybe even, then the Duke says, you know, like, well, I should be off to bed. And he's like, well, I have business to attend to tomorrow, and Maynard agrees, and so they both start, you hear them getting up and coming to the door.
So you said it's about half open?
Yeah, like it's still covering them up, but you can see like a good chunk of the room, like 25% of the room, or at least. You could definitely slip through without knocking into the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just trying to slip inside.
Yeah, you could definitely do that without hitting the door or having to open it any further. By the way, I'm assuming when you guys are like sneaking around that you are like holding each other on the shoulder or something just to know where each other is.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of have to if we want to get separated.
Yeah, no. But anyway, so do you guys go in through the door then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does appear to be the study of the Duke. It's a pretty nice room. It's not big. It's like the size of a I don't know. It's like maybe 15 feet by 15 feet. So it's not huge, but it's a comfy little room with a nice, finely crafted wooden table, glass windows on the back wall, so like a large window, and books in all the bookshelves, with a quick cursory glance, most of the books are. It doesn't look like most of them are like tomes of magic or anything. Most of them are like military history of this place, or like the defeat of the elves at blah blah battle, stuff like that. So the and so you do this anytime during that conversation, it's fine, and you hear them and see them finishing this conversation, and they both get up to leave the room. And they exit the room and they close the door behind them.
Okay. Well, that makes it time to look around and do some snooping.
Sounds good. So would you like both like to make me an investigation check?
Anna's going to specifically look for either locked up sections, like in cabinets or other doorways, or hidden.
Yeah, I gotcha. Sounds good.
Yeah. And
Right.
I think Nox is probably
Ooh.
checking
Ain't
like,
finding nothing.
a desk.
Okay, sounds good.
I assume is there just one desk?
There is actually a smaller desk off in the corner that maybe a scribe being dictated to would sit at, but yeah. There's two desks. The main one and then the small one.
She would check both, looking for, normal stuff like letters in the obvious places, but also for like hidden drawers or whatever. If there are.
Okay.
I can't find anything. I believe in you. Take bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? A D8?
D8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it up. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's fine. So that's fine. So the bookshelves all seem to be fine, and like most of the other like furniture and things in it, the couple of chairs that are in here, you don't find anything hidden there. There is, however, there's a couple drawers in the desk that are unlocked, so you'll find whatever's in there, which I'll get to in a second. There's also one locked sort of compartment of the desk as well, if you want to try to break into it. And you don't find the key around for anywhere, so.
Okay. Well, before getting to that, I'll just sift through what I do find.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I was looking at that now. Give me a second. What would you see here?
Oh.
You would find probably a letter that looks like it's written by the Duke, by Jesper of Aver, addressed to the Earl of Wenswell, or the Wenswood, the area to the north, northern center of the kingdom. That earldom there. It used to be a county. I decided it would be earldom. The earldom of Wenswood, centered around Wenswell. And so this letter is sort of it obviously wasn't sent yet because it is here. And you actually find it was like right next to the seal of the Duke, as if he has not put his seal on it yet. But essentially, this letter is asking the Earl of Wenswell for support if there is a conflict. And it sort of outlines that basically him and the Earl, it seems like they are on good terms, like that he like they clearly worked together in the past, is what it sounds like from the language used. And the Duke actually says, he will send some troops to help fend off the invasion or the attack or whatever on Thurbyshire. He's going to send his troops to help as long as he can be promised support from the Earl of Wenswell. But outside of the desk, at least, you don't find anything related to the cult, actually.
Okay. So I would probably keep that letter out for now, but then I would tap or whisper to Anna, like, do you think you can open this locked drawer?
Okay. And I probably end up walking over and bumping directly into you if you're in front of it. And then I will try and open this locked drawer.
Yep. Yeah, make a check with dexterity mod with thieves tools.
Hey.
Holy shit.
What did you get? Oh, nice. Okay. So, this is a nice lock, but you are very skillful. And so this lock or this lock-picking attempt goes successfully, and you do manage to open up this area, or this thing here. And inside are a bunch more like letters. A lot of these look older and sort of like yellowed. There's also like a sack of like gold coins and platinum coins actually in here as well. In like a finely woven, nice like coin purse sack type thing, almost like decorative looking. And with your roll of 20, you actually are able to pick it without the lock like breaking when you pick it. If that makes sense, right? You don't have to force the lock, is what I mean. So you open it, and also it won't be you won't be able to tell that it's broken if it's broken because it's not.
All right. So I'll start sifting through some of the papers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of them seem to be letters from like past generations of the Duke, of the Dukes, like his ancestors and stuff, and just like family stuff. However, give me a second. I gotta freaking find this. Is it in this document? Yeah. Yes. There is a you actually see that there is a letter from the Duke of Felling in here that dates back to well, you guys would know this by now. It dates back to the time of when the Duke's wife died and stuff. So about 15 years ago or so. And the letter it's from the Duke of Felling, and it is threatening the Duke of Aver, who is not the current Duke, and you guys would know this. It was his father, the one whose birthday was celebrated this day. It's a letter to this Duke, and it essentially is threatening him and saying, like, if you don't release my wife, then I will make sure that I use any last bit of influence I have within the kingdom and both with the order to destroy you.
Right.
We should probably take this. It's not common knowledge that the Duke of Felling had any association with the order.
That's true. Although it would also out the dead Duke of Averton as part of the order as well, but it's a good idea to keep this.
Any of the letters that have names that are noteworthy? Basically, like referencing any like living people that might be involved with the cult.
No, it seems like most of the ones in this are like important family documents and stuff like that. None of which mention the order really after that one.
Important family documents. Anything that they really would miss if they disappeared, like deeds or anything?
That's a good question.
Hey man, we're here. We're espionage boys now.
There is what appears to be either a copy or the original of a charter of vassalage or something like that over the Count of Riverdale. And it sort of is outlining the rights of the Counts of Riverdale under the Dukes of Aver. There's like a couple charters that are talking about the formation of a lot of the smaller towns around here, around this area. And there's also there's actually a couple letters that reference the flail of Vanquisher. And those kind of are through these letters, I'm not going to go into the details, but through these letters you actually find out that the family here in Aver has not actually held the flail that long. A couple, maybe like 3 or 4 generations, but it's not like it's been 500 years that they've held it. Maybe a couple hundred at most, actually. But it was actually a gift from one of the past kings of Alderland. But it is not like the family has held it forever.
but they definitely have legitimate claim to it.
Yes, it is actually. Yeah, that's probably how you'd find out. It's like a letter from like the Alder the Fourth or something like that, which it's like Alder the Seventh now. But it's like a king from a different king of Alderland, or maybe not an Alder. There were other ones in between. But it basically is outlining. It's an official like right of ownership of the flail. It says like this gift. We proclaim that this gift be given to the Dukes of Aver, the family of Aver, for their service to the king, and so that all future generations of theirs may hold it. Something like that.
Well, there's nothing here implicating the son with
No.
the cult, but he would definitely know that his father was involved.
Yes. I don't see much worth in keeping any of these letters except for that old one.
Yes, we should definitely keep that one.
Is there a seal and sealing wax on the desk?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna just take those.
Yeah. I had said like I said, the letter that was unsent, it was right next to the seal and stuff. So there definitely is one in here.
If you're taking that, should we make it look like this has been a general robbery?
I suppose it would be odd if the gold wasn't missing.
Yeah, so if you're going to take anything obvious like the seal, it might as well look like everything of value is taken. Guess we'll take anything of value.
I mean, there's a lot of valuable...
that we can reasonably smuggle out of here.
That's
like,
what I mean.
Nothing huge.
There's a lot of valuable stuff in here, like ornamental things. What's the limit on this?
It would be stuff that would be easy to use
Stuff
as money.
that would conceivably be smuggled out by somebody that snuck in here.
Okay, so there's like a gold plate on display, and like a nice set of silverware next to that. Is that you can take that if you want. There are.
And I'm going to go around and carefully make it look like the place has been tossed, obviously, since we were probably careful before this point.
Yeah. we should
Like
probably-
carefully, like take books off the shelves and make them look like they got thrown on the ground.
Yeah.
Probably scatter some of those letters from the locked drawer just kind of on the ground,
Leave
And
the
you-
drawer open, yeah.
so that the one missing one doesn't stand out.
And you're taking that sack of money then too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In that sack is it's actually, so this is not going to affect the value of these coins really, but just so you know, the coins in here look like they were minted a long time ago. Like you see the face of like one of the first kings of Alderland on here. So these are clearly older coins, but they are just coins in the end. Unless you go to an antique collector, they're just going to be worth the same as normal coins, but they are older ones. So still though, but it is in the. It's 200 pieces. 100 of those are gold, and 100 of them are platinum.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
I don't know which one of us would take it, but
so it's 100 platinum in here, and 100 gold.
You can take it for now, I guess.
all right. I'll just put it in my notes.
Let's see. There's
I
also
don't think we're going to be taking any plates.
okay. That's
Just
that's what I was sort of wondering.
If there's any like if there's small jewelry, maybe, but like money and small
Table
Yeah.
trinkets that can get thrown in a pocket or bag.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give me a sec. Yeah, there's actually a few there's like a case of jewelry on one of the walls. That has it actually has 2 amulets in it. They don't they're just they have gold and silver, and sort of like each one has a different jewel in the middle. A gem. One of them is ruby, and one of them is we'll say diamond.
Okay. Snatch those
All right, you'll have to break open the case.
because it's not open.
The case, it's like a glass case, up on the wall. But
I'm assuming it can be open though.
there is a lock on it, yes. But you could try to open it, yeah.
Sounds like a job for me.
Yeah.
Watch the natural one.
And I guess they're more necklaces than amulets.
Never mind.
Yeah, that'll go for both of them, honestly. So they're in the same case, yeah. So that works for both of them. Yeah, ruby necklace and a diamond necklace. And when you hold them and you can look at them closer, the ruby necklace, you actually see like around the set jewel, there are like a lot of not inscriptions but like carvings into the metal of wolves. Sort of like it looks like they're running around the gem in the middle.
And then, is there a window in here?
There is a big glass window, and from the inside it's not going to be locked, obviously. So
Should definitely open that.
okay.
And then probably leave this room.
This is several stories up, by the way, just so you know.
Hey, man. Thieves are crafty.
Well, you see, I have with me my gear,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a grappling hook and a rope.
Ooh.
No, I was thinking that we would just open the window and then leave through the door.
Well, you see, the door leads into a hallway full of guards.
Sure. I mean, if you want to scale this wall, we can give it a shot.
Well, looking out the window, are there any guards that look to be noticing a rope getting flung out the window?
There are definitely guards like pacing the walls, which are, you know, the inner walls of the keep, which are not too far away.
It's nighttime.
It is nighttime, yeah.
Hmm.
But there is, I should have mentioned, there is actually like a candle or a lamp in this room that was left on. Because the Duke has no respect for fire safety.
I was just thinking, do we start the table on fire?
I mean, it would definitely be an interesting choice.
Like, I would feel sort of bad about burning his library down if he's innocent, but there's nothing here that likely can't be replaced with time.
Probably not. It would provide a decent cover.
After saying that, I'm going to eyeball the books and make sure there's nothing that I notice is extremely rare.
So, I mean, there is definitely a lot of books in here that are older and valuable, but none of them like magical. And it's not magic tomes. Again, it's like military history stuff.
As long as there's like nothing that's
Chronicles.
like a legendary tome, one of a kind, I'm not going to be terribly concerned. But
I mean, I don't know if Anna would have the knowledge of that.
well, I would try
All right.
to see if I recognize anything.
I would say make me like a history check then to see if you know the history aspects of these books, what they mentioned. And you can do that. Okay. There are a couple tomes that are certainly more valuable that you've actually heard of before. And rarer.
Well, we could definitely start a fire in here, but it would probably mean that we have to go back to our room. They'd likely check on everyone. Should we just try and get out of here?
I say we just get out of here. Maybe we can still catch the priest in the library.
Yes. Let's try the door, and if any of the guards seem to take notice, then we can get creative after that.
Actually, just hold my hand and give me a second. And I'm going to cast Dimension Door.
Oh god.
Well, also, real quick, how long has it been? Like, I'm assuming...
How long has it been?
So I was thinking it's been maybe 45 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
It's been quite some time. Because you listened to the Duke talk for a while, you were at the library sort of deciding what to do for a while, and then you had to go through all the stuff. So I'm assuming it's been 45 minutes, just letting you know. That's my idea, at least.
Although, I guess, like, you do become visible once you cast a spell, don't you?
I'm concentrating on the spell, so you're good.
Are you sure?
Well, actually, I don't know.
If another person
That's
casts,
the
that's
thing.
a good
Like,
question.
like, does invisibility go if you?
Yeah, the
See
spell
here.
ends if the target attacks or casts a spell.
Okay.
So I would become visible if I cast a spell.
Also, I'll be right back. I'm going to let my target know.
For a target, yeah, for a target.
Let me think. We definitely don't want to teleport into view of the guards, but we got 500 feet to play with. So there could be a place that we can teleport to where you can immediately recast invisibility.
I guess the real question is, are we within 500 feet of our room right now?
Probably,
Oh.
yeah.
Here's what we do. 500 feet of our room, really?
I'm trying. You're probably right
Well,
at the edge of that. 'cause
We're in a
it's like
castle, so I'm assuming we've been going up and around.
Yeah,
so
that's what I
we
mean,
could be or we
so-
could not be. So I don't know.
I think you're probably like up and getting up there close to 500, but you're probably still within range of your room. Yeah, because it's not a straight shot. It sort of like curves around and stuff.
Then I would. But like, we don't want to necessarily be done snooping around.
Hmm.
And getting into the room would make it.
Well, we're familiar with the
There are also like plenty of alcoves you guys have passed that are like tucked away on the side of the halls. There's plenty of spots that you can see down in the courtyard. You know.
Let's see.
Well, either way, we're going to. Do you have invisibility?
No, I don't have that spell. But you shouldn't.
We should just try the door, honestly.
Yeah. So
What are they gonna do? Attack
we should
the doorway?
We should blow the candles out so that no light spills out into the hallway, and then since the door opens into the room, right?
Yeah.
Then it should be decently easy to sneak out of here if we're delicate about things.
Yeah, and I'd say like, if the guards act like they notice what's going on, we can just pretend the door like creaked open on itself. Maybe they
Yeah.
didn't close the door properly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You know, the darned thieves left the door open. We did open the window, so you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, nothing invisible snuck back into the hallway. They left through the window.
Yeah.
Give me a second. So, I would. So then I will have whoever opens the door make me a stealth check. Obviously.
Are you proficient in stealth?
I am.
I'm gonna support you in your quiet endeavors.
That help action.
Just
Steadying.
keep that door nice and not squeaky.
Moral support.
All right. So yeah, roll with advantage. Okay.
Oh my god. That's the one roll I make horrible.
So you open the door and like I'm assuming you poke your head out and like look.
I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ.
That always gets me.
Is that how our stealth roll went?
No,
Yeah.
so when you open when you open the door and poke your head out real
That's
quickly, it doesn't seem like the guards in the hall have noticed anything changed.
They're deaf.
No, the door didn't squeak or anything like that.
It didn't honk either.
No. So so the guards have not noticed, it seems.
So we didn't get caught?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean
Well,
not yet.
suppose.
Now the next question is, do we just leave the door ajar as we sneak out?
I mean you could just leave it a crack open, or you can try to close it.
I mean, they didn't lock it on their way out, so it could have easily not been shut properly.
Yeah, let's just get out and leave it
Yeah.
a little open.
Alright. Sounds good. So yeah, so you have a few minutes left. What is your plan? You gonna move down to the library again? See if you can catch the dude, or you gonna go back to your room?
Well, we have to stop by the library anyway.
Yep, yeah, you gotta pass.
So we might as well.
I will, if we find an alcove where we're out of earshot and an eye shot of like anybody, I'll drag Nox in there and recast
Okay.
invisibility.
Yeah,
on
you
us.
find such an alcove, no problem. Okay. So you're
Goodbye,
re-upped.
another spell slot.
Yeah, you are re-upped though.
Yeah, and then we can go back to the library and see what Priest Boy's doing.
Okay.
'Cause he was gonna go there.
Yeah, if he's still there, we can try following him. But if not, I guess we would just go back to our room. Like, we already have enough information to tell the Duke that, like, this guy's going to act against him. And we already knew that, but now we also know that he would probably use Windswell against him as well.
Mm-hmm. So, so when you make it back to that library area, then you hear some talking from within now. Within, there is, peeking through one of the two doors that lead into this place, you do see Theodore and his accompanying priestly man and the two guards, bodyguards it looks like. And Theodore's talking to his companion, And it seems like the other one of the other people is still in here. The other one must have left. But they seem to be talking. Fedor's not really. He's not saying anything too interesting, honestly. He's kind of just saying like, you like look for it over there. Like let's look through these two tomes, and they are. They're kind of just going. It looks like they're just like looking for stuff in different books. Do you guys want to watch them for a bit? Do you want to get over their shoulders, see what books they have, or what?
Oh yeah, is this library like sorted in some fashion that we could figure out what they're looking for?
Yeah, it does seem that to be sorted. It does seem that the books they are going through are related to magic and stuff like that. There's a smaller subset of books in the library that are related to magic, but it seems they are in that section.
All right.
I guess we could look at what they're doing for a while. See if we can overhear anything useful or see anything useful.
We got time.
Mm-hmm. So
probably like 50-some minutes.
So it sounds like they are kind of just looking for. What you overhear from them is that it basically boils down to them looking for any types of magic that would be useful in combat, large-scale combat. Like looking for tomes on how to use certain spells or create certain things, like constructs and in war situations. And obviously when you're talking about large armies, that stuff is not as easy to find, which is why it seems to be taking them a while. And beyond that, it does seem like these guys aren't very familiar with this library or this part of the library. It doesn't seem like they're always in here looking at stuff. After like maybe 5 minutes or so, not too long, then Fyodor kind of like sighs in frustration, and he actually tells one of the bodyguards, he's like, please go to my personal study and fetch me my spectacles. And that guard like nods and begins to move out of the room, out the other door.
We should follow that guy.
Yeah. Stage whispers.
Yeah. So
across the sky.
So obviously you guys follow this guy as he walks out.
Like honestly, there was only two paths. We either follow the guard and try and get into that room, or we try and steal the books that they're looking for from under their nose.
That seems unlikely.
Crazy. Yeah. So the
once they're in the pocket, they're gone.
I mean,
yeah, that's my interpretation of it.
Yeah. So so this guard walks out, and yeah, you follow him for a short distance. He goes out the main or one of the side entrances into the courtyard of the castle, and he actually goes across, and you see where he's headed. He's headed to like a little annex, like a split off separate building in one side of the courtyard, up against the wall. That seems to be almost like a like it kind of looks like just like a small house or something in here, but much higher quality, like more decorative looking, nice windows. And he seems to be going up to the steps that lead up to the door of this place. And like I said, so this is in one side of the courtyard. It's a big courtyard too, a big inner castle area. Well, there's like stables in here and barracks and stuff like that. And even like a smaller, there's actually like the gatehouse that leads into the inner castle area is basically its own keep. Like it's like a big building of its own. But this building is separated by a little ways. And there's actually a couple trees that are growing around it. And so so this guard goes up and he goes and pulls out a key from his pocket and opens the door of the place. And he walks inside. However, he leaves the door open all the way.
The fool.
Then slip in behind him.
All right. Yeah, and as you're walking in, you see that he is basically you're in a private library. This is smaller than the other library, but this essentially it looks to be like a private library with a more focused variety of books that are like religious in theme. It looks like from briefly looking, and there's a large, like there's a couple desks where people would study at, but then in the back there's a large desk, a large fine desk that even has like a lamp on it that is actually dimly lit. And so the man he left the door open because, as you see, he after going in, he goes straight over to the desk, picks up some glasses, and walks the other way. Goes out the door, and
right.
and closes it.
Now we're in this room.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You do
Well-
see on the wall in a couple of places there are banners to the deity, whom this guy is a priest for, Argolo.
Well, I'm gonna continue my fascination with desks and go check out that big one that you went to.
Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Are you gonna give any more bardic inspiration away? How many of those do you have? 4?
Yeah. You know what? I have another one.
All right. And what is
Slap on
so? Nox is going to the desk. What is Anna doing?
And I will also assist you.
Okay.
So are you going to assist then?
Yeah, we're both
Alright.
looking through the desk.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Roll me investigation check with advantage and bardic inspiration. All right.
Yeah, sure. I'll throw a D8 on that. If you gave me.
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah. If you were gonna get
I
one.
did.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, consistency.
Stop.
So you you look through the desk briefly. There's actually no locked compartments on it, and you're pretty sure there's no hidden ones either. You kind of look at it from all sides, and there's not really anything that seems out of the ordinary. It's mostly just priestly documents and like verses of scripture and stuff like that on the desk, and maybe a tome that looks like Fyodor was reading through at the time. However, you do notice on the on one of the walls nearby, as you're like looking up from the desk, you see there is a bookshelf that you can actually see is like there's a gap between it and the wall. It looks like it's slightly pushed forward.
I mean, that's weird anywhere.
Yeah.
If I walked into motherfucker's house today and was like, why is your bookshelf off the wall?
Yeah.
You know?
It's only a few inches, but still, you notice it when you're looking around and look up for a second.
Sure.
Are there scuff marks on the floor?
Well, when you go over there, I'm gonna have you make me a perception check. Actually, real quick. If you want to look for that in particular, make me a perception check.
Yeah, that's what I'll look for that.
Okay. It definitely seems like there's not scuff marks on the floor like a door would make swinging out and hitting the floor, but there is. It seems like at the base of the wall, there's a little space of empty wall, not too much, but there's a space of empty wall there, and it definitely seems like there is almost an unevenness in the wall there, like a line that runs down it, and that definitely seems like the stone has been ground upon at the point where this point is. These
Guess
two.
we're looking for a trigger now.
Yeah.
And this is right next to that bookshelf.
So, is there anything?
Okay, wait. Read
Is there
back
anything
then?
attached to the wall near this bookshelf? That
Yeah,
looks
this
like
is
it
a space of empty wall next to the bookshelf, and then there's the bookshelf.
It looks like the bookshelf will possibly slide sideways along the wall.
Oh, it pops out and
From my
slides sideways.
interpretation.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now.
This is what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
I
are free to
guess,
poke around. I'm assuming you're just gonna
let's
yeah, you don't have to
look
make
for
rules
a
at this
trigger
point.
then.
You don't have to make rules at this point, honestly, because you actually very quickly, when you like peek down that little space behind the bookshelf, you see it's actually it doesn't actually look like the bookshelf is attached to the wall. In fact, what it actually seems is that there is a small lever behind the bookshelf.
Okay.
And it's sort of obscured by the books in the shelf.
Pull the lever.
Alright, sounds good. You reach out and pull the lever, and that space of empty wall actually starts to slide open. You hear like a gear or something turning in the walls.
Oh, so the wall opens next to the
Yes.
bookshelf.
Yep. The wall is actually opening. It's like sliding forward. Like the stone is actually just sliding forward or sideways.
Oh,
And,
you thought the bookshelf would move.
Yeah. Subverted. No. And what you see is actually it's not like it opens up into a room or anything, but there is a staircase, a spiral staircase that goes down.
Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. So
Wonder if I'll find another halfling.
so you go. It's actually a couple stories down, several stories below the ground level. So it's quite a ways down, and the stone looks pretty worn and old. But you, when you reach the bottom, you find yourself in a corridor, maybe like I don't know, like 100-foot long corridor, a little no less than that, like more like I know about 100-foot long corridor at the bottom of the stairs here. At the end of the corridor, you see like a big metal, like iron door, and sort of like there's an arch above it. Make me a perception check, Anna.
Perception check.
It's gloomy in here, but it's dimly lit.
It's very gloomy.
Yeah.
I'll never perceive
okay.
anything.
I guess if it's dimly lit, you'd have to make that with disadvantage, but I don't know that it matters with a 4.
Yeah, that's not gonna matter. Yeah, there's a door on the opposite end of the hallway with like a stone arch above it. And yeah, okay. There's some torches on the wall.
Is there anything written on this arch?
Make me a perception check. I should actually ask that from you too. But yeah, do that real quick.
I got a 21.
Ooh, nice. There does seem to be some writing on the wall there.
On the wall?
On the wall above the door, on the arch above the door, yeah.
Okay.
But it is 100 feet away, so you can't really like, unless you have like eagle vision or one of those things, you know.
No, but I'll get closer and look at it.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
I would say actually, even from this distance, you can realize you do see that it's actually it looks like there's how to describe this. There's like 2 separate blurbs of text, like one on the left side and one on the right side. Is what I would say.
Well, what do they say?
When you're gonna get closer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before you do that, I want both of you to make me a perception check. Another
What?
one. A perception check. Okay. Oh God, you got another 21. Nice.
Yes.
Dang, nice. All right. So as you guys are going, you Nox, you guys are looking around cautiously, I'm assuming. As you make it like halfway down this corridor, and then you actually see, you just kind of like look up real quick, and you kind of see that there's like again like some uneven like lines on the ceiling, going the whole widthwise through the corridor, so perpendicular to the direction you guys are going. This corridor, by the way, is 10 feet wide. It's not super wide. Like there's like these 2 lines in the stone, almost like as if there's like a compartment there or something. This is halfway down the corridor to the door.
Do you think this old man trapped this hallway?
Well, I don't see why an old priest in the service of the Duke has such a large chamber under his house.
I agree. It's a bit weird. I guess I would look for like a pressure plate or a tripwire.
Okay.
I will assist.
Let's see. I'm trying to think about how to do this. Make me an investigation check, yeah.
So a 19.
Let me see. So, you don't see any, you look at like the floor ahead and everything and all around ahead. You don't see any pressure plates, or anything like that. However, so I will, if you wish, I will let you, No, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, there's no like pressure plates or what else did you say you might like look for? Like
Tripwires?
Tripwire? No, there's no tripwires. You're pretty sure.
There's got to be something going on here.
Can you describe these compartments better in the ceiling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's big. It looks like one compartment, and it basically just looks like a 5-foot sort of wide area of the wall. 5 foot wide, like if you were going down the corridor, and then 10 feet across, covering the whole width of the corridor. And it almost looks like a. It almost looks like there is a part of the ceiling that's just been cut into.
And it's like really deep. Or
well, what I mean is it looks like normal ceiling, except then there's these 2 lines that look like there's just been slices made in the wall or the ceiling. If that makes any sense. Give me a second here.
I am back.
what I'm thinking is that there's a wall or gate that will close behind us, Anna.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, not inescapable, but unfortunate.
So I am, I'm gonna have both of you make me another perception check real quick. You both have been sitting around here and like looking around. Okay. Okay. So Anna also, after looking around for a bit, and you guys are looking all over, Anna, you see back, about halfway back down the hallway, the way you came, there are also what appear to me some more uneven surfaces on both sides of the corridor. Kind of like you found up above, like it looks like the wall might slide away, but there's no levers or anything like that in sight.
We might already be in the center of something.
Well, then I guess we might as well go forward.
Perhaps we should go quickly. If we can't discern any pressure plates, doesn't mean they're not there.
Yeah. Fuck it, let's go.
Fucking book it.
I don't know about sprinting or anything, but...
Alright, so you guys start going forward. When you step underneath this weird area, nothing happens, actually.
What? Oh, underneath that? Oh, I mean, I assumed it was just like... How thick are these lines? I assumed it would just pass right through with one step.
Well, what I mean is it's like there's 2 lines that in the middle cordon off a 5-foot section.
Oh, see, that's not what I was envisioning at all.
Yeah, no.
I have the picture of what would potentially be like a big-ass cube of the ceiling just drop on top of us.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried.
That makes sense now.
Yeah, sorry. So I will let you reevaluate based on information.
Okay. So it's a 5-foot cube? Then I would just...
Well, 5 foot by 10 feet, because it's 10-foot wide corridor,
Right.
but yeah.
Then I would just jump across the 5 feet.
Yeah, we can both long jump.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take a running start, a 10-foot start,
Yep.
and then jump across.
Alright. And both of you do this no problem. However, the moment your feet touch the ground on the other side, you hear rumbling. And where you had just passed through, the little section there, literally falls from the ceiling. Goes BAM!
Yep. That's a trap.
And, however, as you are standing on the other side, though, that's not the only thing that's happening. You hear some rumbling. Give me a second. You hear some rumbling, other rumbling. And, actually, yeah, make me another quick, free perception check real quick, right in the moment. This is not anything super important. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. Don't be disappointed, but it is something that could be useful to know, or to note. That's not what I went. You guys both notice, as you're sort of recovering from your jump, or just getting, on the other side now, you see that one of the... Why is it doing that? You see that there is a... oh, that's what I did. Oh, yeah. You see that they... one of the inscriptions on the wall is glowing now. The one on the right. It doesn't really matter which one, but the one on the right, we'll say.
That's
that-
still ahead of us? I thought those were behind us.
No, it's
That's
on above the
on the
door. Above the arch.
Oh.
Does that trigger anything in Anna's memory?
I would say Anna would probably remember the other time she saw inscriptions above a wall glowing.
Well, does the language look familiar?
Oh, it's in. So you guys are close enough to read this now, and it is in Aldish. However, as I said, that's not the only thing that's happening because there's also two compartments along the wall, similar to the ones you had seen on the opposite side of this. Two compartments on the wall ahead of you on both sides are opening up, and I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative for me.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
we're doing this now.
we're doing this now. Give me a second.
where's the button? There's the button.
Oh, I can map drop in a sec. Give me a sec. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay. Not sure if this map has dynamic lighting is being a little wonky on this map for me. So please tell me if this looks correct to you. Actually, wait. Hold on. I can look on the stream. Give me a second. Where's Viewbot? Viewbot boy, there you are. Yeah, it's not working here. Give me a second. I don't know what is wrong with this thing, but it is not doing what I want it to do because this is supposed to be blocked off. Yeah, there we go. Now it worked. So that is the thing that just slammed down behind you guys as you went through here. Magic inscription on the wall is glowing. And 2 compartments of the wall open up. Let me make sure it's on stream. Yeah. And there appear to be 2 statues within these compartments that both are turning towards you guys. Let me get initiative tracker up. And oh crap, I gotta.
Can we maybe also get a map drop?
Yes, I can put you guys in a second.
Looking at this black screen is lovely and all, but
Oh yeah, isn't it?
I'm doing other stuff while you guys are doing this.
I mean, me too, but I would like to see.
Hold on, can you roll again and then edit it? Car hacks. There you go.
Impossible.
You rolled the same thing. Oh, but you didn't click on your person again.
Don't question.
Don't at me. Alright, take that 20.
Also, don't at me.
I changed it for you. Let me drop the others.
Oh,
in.
yeah, I actually go before you. 18, 20.
There, you guys are spectating now. So the hold on, give me a second here. Okay. Oh my god, I had to pop it out again now. Yeah, here we go. And I will roll. Hey, not bad. Oh, wait. Oh, you rolled a 9. Actually, I thought you rolled higher.
I mean, I did, but
Yeah, but you're right. I gotcha. Okay. So these statues, these statues turn and face you. They just look like humans, and they have, and they just have, they just look like stone figures. So, Anna, what are you gonna do?
Well, this isn't good. What am I gonna do?
I mean, you're invisible, so there's like.
But am I though?
Yes.
But
You are
am I?
literally invisible.
Yeah.
But do they not see me?
I would say for the rudimentary glance, they're turning in the direction of the thing that just crashed down. But, I mean, they don't really have moving eyes, you know. So it's kind of hard to tell if they see you or not.
You know what? Fucking... I'm gonna dodge my way on through here. Engage and all that, whatever, you know?
Disengage.
Disengage.
Okay. You are not bothered.
Alright. Do they turn in my direction after I run by?
Oh, you mean on their turn?
It's their turn.
No. So they both actually, what they do is they move out into the corridor and face the stone wall that has crashed down. And they both extend their arms to the side, but they don't do anything else beyond that.
Should have rolled higher. What you doing over there? You gonna poke him?
I'm thinking. Because I could get past them, but I would have to cast a spell.
You would have to do that.
How tall are they?
They're pretty tall, like maybe 8 feet tall.
I was hoping they'd be like 2 feet tall.
No, they're 8 feet tall or so.
Halfling statue.
I could just jump over them.
Try and crawl between their legs.
I mean, that was a thought that I had. Is that a possibility?
I think something has to be like 2 sizes larger, right?
For the combat rules, yes.
Let's see.
They are statues.
I would say,
And you are
presuming they don't know where you are right now, which it doesn't seem like they do. If you can do that, but they'll probably know where you are after that. They'll hear you or feel the breeze that passes when you
Feel
move.
you.
Yeah, so they will probably be alerted to where you are.
These
if you do
statues
this.
will feel the breeze against.
But
their
so
skin.
that's what I would say is they will learn where you are. They won't be able to see you obviously, but they'll learn where you are if you do that. But you can do that. I will let you do it.
They'll learn that the enemy is to their left, and they'll learn that the enemy is to their right, and they'll start beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, so I guess then I would crawl through,
Okay.
and
And
then I would.
they immediately start turning around to face the other direction. Obviously not moving, but they
Oh, so they're
Turn.
using their reaction? Okay. And then I go here.
Alright. But they've turned around to face the other way.
Oh, wait. And then I come here. And then, can I open this door?
It does appear to be locked.
Well,
Okay.
what if we're still considering initiative? I guess I will come up and try and unlock said door.
Okay.
What? So, hold on. If it's locked, then I guess I would just dodge.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Okay, sounds good. So,
It is pickable, right? Or is it locked in a way that I don't know?
it looks to be a normal key lock, yeah.
I guess I'll try and pick it.
Okay. Actually, wait, hold on. Before you do that, make me one more perception check. Anna only this time. Yeah. Well, when you're reaching down to do this, your eye is caught by the inscription, the other one that was not activated or whatever, and you instantly, now that you're closer, you instantly recognize that it's the same. It is the same thing as what you had seen before on that other noble's door. Because you had cast comprehend languages on that one, right, or something like that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
because
knew
it
like
was
the
an
meaning
abyssal.
of it, and this is the same meaning.
So this is okay. This door has an alarm on it. What should we do?
When you say this out loud, the statues definitely seem to react.
Ooh.
How thick does this door look?
I mean, it looks pretty sturdy. It's iron,
Well, that's
No, but,
definitely
like,
gonna set the alarm off.
How thick does this door look?
and there's no window in it, so I don't know how you'd be able to tell necessarily.
So gut feeling.
A gut feeling? It's probably a pretty thick door, like a couple inches.
Is
I'll
that
just
a
teleport
thick door?
past it.
I would
If
say.
it's made out of solid metal, then
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess a solid metal. Like,
yeah. So, but this
So,
is
like, a
still,
couple
but
inches
that
this
doesn't.
thick, but-
That obviously that perception check does not take any action or anything. I called for it. So, so you still have your action, Craigox.
Guess I'm gonna pick it anyway.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and do so.
Watch me nat one and still set the alarm off.
And that doesn't get rid of invisibility, right? I should ask that earlier, but I'm pretty. It's only spells and attacks,
Only
right?
attacks
So,
or casting spells.
Yep, and that isn't either. So, and that does not open the door. You fiddle around with it, and the moment you touch it, then the other inscription starts to glow.
Rip. Well, we should probably hurry. Whatever we're doing here.
And the door doesn't open either. All right, and now it's these things' turn. So they both are going to start walking, and they're like, you hear like stone like crunching as it sounds very unnatural as they are walking over to you guys. And both of them are going to swing at you, of course, with disadvantage. But they're both going to basically just swing their stone arms at you guys, try to bash you. So
Hit the doors, you fucks.
one rolled a 5 and the other rolled a 7, so you guys are fine. But actually,
We are invisible
hold
as
on.
fuck.
They actually get 2 attacks though. So we're gonna say that was 1 from each. Now the top one, an 8, and then a 6. Wow, lovely. I mean, they do have disadvantage. So,
So I turn to Anna and I say, "Just trust me," and hold my hand real quick. And then I dimension door 5 feet in the direction of the door.
Yep, sounds good. And you're in solid metal. No, I'm just kidding. You make your way into the room on the other side. You are, you're
Bringing
fine.
Anna with me.
Yes. Okay.
And you suddenly are visible.
I mean, yeah, but
Give me a second.
like it was that or fight them and be non-invisible anyway.
Yeah.
Oh god. That feels weird when I'm not the one casting it.
So, yeah. Nice. So here, hold on. Make the stream good. There you guys go. You're in this room, and you can assume that you're out of initiative for now, because those things, they don't start pounding on the door or anything like that. They just, stop hearing noises. So we'll do this. However, I would like you guys to both make me another perception check. We've had a lot of those tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
There's been a lot of perceivable things. Anna notices hanging. There is so this room has a taller ceiling than that low corridor you just been in. It actually seems like there's a couple. I didn't have this represented, but there's a couple columns holding up the weight of the ceiling or whatever, and some rafters even. There's quite a few bats that are flying around in this room.
Bats.
Yeah, actually, also when you come in, they start flying around, but they were just all in a row, watching the door.
How many bats?
There are 4 of them.
leave no witnesses. I want to Eldritch Blast all of them.
Yeah, you're gonna Eldritch Blast one of them?
Mm-hmm.
I do that real quick. We'll do one.
Alright, roll.
Alright. And roll me the damage. Alright, and then roll me initiative.
Hold on, he's got one more blast.
Okay, yeah, do your other blast at one of the other ones first, but then we're gonna have to roll initiative. Yeah, okay, roll your damage. Oh, yeah, we do have the rolls on screen. Alright, sounds good. So let me tell you how this resolves. So, you're, give me a second. So one of the bats flying around the room, when you hit it, the first one that you kill, as you kill it with one blast, then it falls to the ground. As it falls through the air, though, its body changes back into this thing's true form. And you see so out of character, it's a Quasit, one of the tiny, like, demon things. But I don't really know how to describe those very well, because they kind of like yeah, they just kind of look weird. They essentially look like weird, like, hunched over figures. They are small. They're like the size of, like, a halfling is kind of what I'd imagine, or, you know.
They're definitely tiny.
Yeah. Oh, tiny? Okay, yeah. So they're even smaller than that. They're like
I thought those were familiars.
No. So they are like a foot or two tall then, and they have like these little tails. So this thing changes back into this form. You hit another one, but it still is a bat. I mean, however, though, you can put the logic together on that. And then give me a second while I roll their initiative.
Did not actually expect them to turn into something else.
This is also a dimly lit room. Give me a second here.
No, so you're saying I should make that perception check with disadvantage.
It's fine. This one, they flew into the 5-foot cube of brightly lit area right when you did the perception check.
Like moths around a torch.
Yeah, and let me pop this out. Just give me a second here. But give me one other chicken here. Where is this? I know I had this here somewhere. There.
It's gonna be interesting.
What is this?
What are those?
I've never seen this before. No, I don't want Character Mancer for this. No, how did this even happen? This is not even supposed to.
How did you generate them as a character sheet?
No, this is. Oh, what in the hay?
Just
All right.
off
I'm
out.
gonna go get something to drink while you resolve.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's take a quick little break here. It's a little early, but this actually, I'm gonna go get a drink too. So, this is actually a good place to take a quick break, like 3 or 4 minutes. Sound
Before
good?
this intense cliffhanger combat.
Yeah, with 4 minor demons. Yeah.
3.
3 now. Yeah. All right. Let's. We'll be right back.